the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. Rides the back on the option to give. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense.
When you think Texas A&M football, man, you think running the football all the way back to the R.C. Slocum, a great Aggie head coach. You just want to be the more physical team, and you want to be imposing your will. This guy right here toting the rock has the ability to wear and grind on defenses. He brings that physical presence to this offense.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
And the Aggies trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Spits it out to the back. Got a man, it's Moss. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Gives it on the option. Shakes off the defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when defensive backs come up, and they are physical, and they stick their face in the paint, and they aren't scared. Talk to the defensive coordinator coming into this game. He knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. The give on the option. Hard running there. He did not make it a stonewall on third down.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't work it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Wants to adjust the pattern. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Tight end now in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass, it's Carr. Wasting no time taking a shot. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
Just got to finish the play through the wide receiver. You got to look that one in and complete it. It's a bad drop.
To the air on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the grab. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fields. Right midfield, he's got room. Wide open on the right. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
You got to love the rhythm this quarterback is in here on this drive, guys. 2 completions. He's seeing the safety rotation that time. Saw the one-on-one matchup he wanted. Took his shot. He is in a groove.
Deep shot for the end zone. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Quarterback making adjustments. Back to throw. It's Carr. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Well, that changed things a bit. After the penalty, it's 3rd and 3. Wide receiver comes in motion. Gonna look downfield again. He's got it. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Really nice job there at the quarterback. Reading coverage, he knew exactly where to go with the football and at what exact time. The timing could not have been better. They get the completion on 3rd down, setting up 1st and goal.
Out of the gun, looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. 1st down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Going for 6. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. Likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Oh, he wasn't far from taking that one a long way as they get him stopped on the return at the 45. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. On the direct snap, it's Concepcion. Direct snap. It's Concepcion. Looking to scramble. Trying to escape and get it himself. Shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Reed. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab on the left. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one, in this offense within striking distance. The definition of 4-down territory has has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
He'll do it himself. Can't get him to the ground. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds. Here comes the offense on second down. He'll ride his man on the option. And he'll be stopped for no gain and will be stopped for the end of the first quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter and Notre Dame has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Scanning the field, it's Reed. And the third down pass is incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's 4th and 8, and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Got his man in the middle. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go up top on second and short. Makes the grab. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. They run him out of bounds. He gets it to the 47. And this guy stood in the pocket, and he took one right in the kisser and still delivered the ball.
Showed you his toughness there, Reese, didn't he? And he still had to be accurate with that throw because that was man coverage. He really had to do a good job making sure that football was put on his target.
Motion from the wideout. Off play action. Fires to the middle. Finds a tight end down the gut. And a sweet catch and a nice gain gets it down to the 30-yard line.
Big-time play there in the passing game. That's important for Notre Dame, too, as a program, because we know they've always been able to run the football. And we've seen them in recent years get to the playoff. They've reached national championship games, but they haven't been able to pull it off. For this program to take the next step, they have to be more consistent and dynamic in the explosive passing game, and I think this guy gives them the opportunity to take the program to the next level.
Now, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
Looking to pass. It's Carr. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first
through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Now from inside the red zone. Intercepted deep in his own end. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Well, the defense does an awesome job here with their backs against the wall in their own red zone, coming away with an INT early. That could be a big game-changing type play in this game.
So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Sends it back in motion. On the snap, it's Concepcion. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Looking for a crease. It's Moss. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Wants to throw. It's Reed. Throws to the tight end. Just not quite able to make the connection. It's incomplete.
You got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Oh, what a cut! Discards him with the stiff arm. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. To the ground with the back. Breaks into the open. The 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed. Look at the elusiveness. Get into the end zone. Nice run.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Here's a heat. Just a little off. Incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Irish. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it out. It's Craver. He stopped at the 23, a couple yards short of where he would have been with a touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late Looking for space. It's Moss. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Handoff from the gun. Turning it on. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. You count up those explosive plays in a game, and you put a little extra star by the big runs.
Yeah, and this running back is a weapon, boy. He is so good in space. He's got shiftiness. He can make guys miss. And if this guy gets into the second level, watch out. He can hit a home run.
They go to the ground. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
Off the RPO, complete. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
He finds a soft spot in the middle. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to throw, it's Reed. It's complete on the right side. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
These third downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it, you practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this third down.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going for it on fourth down must be part of their philosophy. Just 1 for 3 so far in this one. Has to get there to move the sticks. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Aggies.
Needless to say, they need that touchdown. They're down by a lot of points here in this game, and finally something goes right for them offensively. They put the drive together. They score here at the end of the first half. Now, in the second half, they need a lot more of this, and they're going to have to go tempo. They're going to have to stay aggressive, but maybe this gives them the confidence they need to stage a comeback. We'll see.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Price. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's the handoff. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Might be changing the route. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking to take a shot. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
Trying play action. He'll take another shot here. Wide open, he makes the catch. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. And that'll do it here in the second quarter. Halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. Texas A&M ready to kick it away to get the third quarter started. He'll bring it out. It's Price. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up.
There he goes. Ripping through the defense. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Oh, they're after him! And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Grabbed in the middle, it's Fields. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. The play action fake. Going downfield for the big play. Makes a catch at the 15.
And a big reason why this team has the lead in this game is because of plays like that. They know they've got firepower throwing the ball. They've got the dudes outside that can make things happen. You saw it in the first half, and you see it here again early in the third quarter.
Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw, it's Carr. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Direct snap. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcats.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He might want another play. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not.
That is just a play you have got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
They'll run it from the gun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets two out to the 18. Texas A&M going up tempo.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Pulls it in. It's Concepcion. Oh, it's a fumble. Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
Yeah, the receiver's got to do a better job in ball security there with all those defenders trying to rip it free. And this offense is lucky they were able to jump on it to keep possession.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Gives it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just a short pass to the tight end. Bulldozes his way through. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
The Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll pull it on the read. Got the first down, looking for more. Ripping off the huge gain down to the 17-yard line.
And that's a nice job by this QB. Great job. You show patience, right? Like, if they don't come take me, I'm going to keep running. That's how I go pick up another first down, move the sticks, and this offense can keep churning.
They'll run it. It's Moss. Fights off the defender. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
This defense has got to get better at tackling in the open field or gang tackling, because if you need 3 or 4 guys to bring a guy down, have fun with that.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the run, it's Moss. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just come.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
Well, you got to give this defense credit. They have hemmed him in all game. There's been nothing for this guy running the ball, whether it's been designed QB runs or on scrambles, and a nice job there with great effort. Taking the angles away, they're able to hone in on him and get him down for a massive loss on that side.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Price. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Wide receiver going in motion. They want to run it left here. Runs through a tackle. He makes it past the marker. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 for the first down.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse's showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
Looking for room, it's up. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Quarterback making checks. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
Dropping back, it's Carr. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Fields. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. He wants to throw it again. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
They boot it away. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. He's going to take off, looking for room at the 40. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw great effort on that last play.
Back to throw, it's Reed. The sure hands, it's Concepcion. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something in.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. That's caught. It's Concepcion. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Good, solid pick up there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Aggies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the inside give.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Concepcion. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. The give to the running back from the shotgun.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Reed. The throw to the outside is complete.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Got it behind the line. It's Owens. No, sirree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Man, this defense just has so much speed. You saw it on that third down play. The offense is trying to get a quick one, see if they can get a block and maybe spring a guy free. The pursuit, wow, that was so good defensively.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football. Make your plays. Put a good drive together here.
Off the play fake. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, the defense hasn't been able to stop this guy all game long, so the offense is going to keep trying to take shots. They thought they had the matchup they wanted, but they're going to force this defense to prove they can stop him. The defense finally came up with a play.
Looking downfield, it's Carr. Snagged in the middle, it's Fields. And he converts on third down as he gets it out to the 26. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Grab behind the line, it's Love. Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. They've already converted a couple of times on this drive. Now 1st and 10 from their own 39. Wants to throw again. Got it in the middle. It's Love. 45 on his way. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Bryce. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Might be calling a hot route. Gets the back moving. To the air, it's Carr. Complete with conviction on the crosser. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball. And because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back to back.
They'll send the back in motion. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Motion from the wide receiver. after the incompletion. Back to the passing game. Got it! That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Timeout is called by the defense. A mere 21 seconds to go here. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. Defense uses a timeout. The clock stops with 17 seconds left. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To throw, it's Reed. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. One more play to pad the stats. Wants to go up top on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. And he goes to the ground, and that's how this game is going to end. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man, what a ride. A matchup between a couple of ranked teams, and certainly it was a memorable one.
No doubt about it. I think there were a lot of eyeballs watching this game, not just fans of these two teams, but people maybe outside of conference affiliation looking in because this is a ranked matchup. So when you get this win, this is huge in the eyes of the committee with respect to the college football playoff. This win just means more.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Like, for the college football playoff picture, how big is it to get a big win,
position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Not the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. On the run, it's Jackson. Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Got a man, it's Smith. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Grab behind the line. It's Jackson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Well, the defense was ready coming into this one for this running back being a factor in the pass game. That time, they were draped all over him. As soon as he caught the ball, he went down for a loss of yards.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down. Forced
pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let them get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Punt is in the air. Gets away from one, finds room. They're able to put a stop with that return right at the 30-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The sweet feet buy a little time. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB win.
The little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Gibson. And this is blown up, going nowhere as the defense was ready for the Wildcats.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
To the air, it's Manning. Takes the easy one to the back. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's fourth down.
You got to love that on defense. One of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do? You set up fourth and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB. And he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
He wants to change this route. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Unleashes one. He's open on the right. Turning it on. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Motion from the back. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Gets it to the back. What tremendous vision to find the crease and explode through it. He's down to the 31. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Just keeps slinging it. Pulls it in. It's Tate. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. It's Tate. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Nice nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's looking to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Jackson. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Motion from the wideout. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Huge play in the red zone. 3rd and goal coming up. The offense changing the play. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Quick completion on the out. Touchdown, Buckeyes! A great catch and run for 6.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They're in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. Defense way too anxious there, and they just hand them a first down with a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They march 72 yards, and the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The give to the tailback. Picks up the first down, still moving. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll give it to him again. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Longhorns with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll try the run. Defense holds their ground. Pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job. Nice way to end that play for the QB. He does a really good job scrambling, getting the first down, and getting down. Because defensively, I'm trying to get a lick. Anytime I can hit the quarterback, that is a win.
Running back searching for a hole. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for space. It's Gibson. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Coaches preach all week about physicality, physicality. That is how you do it. That is how you put it on tape. That's how you show everybody in the locker room, everybody on the field. This is how our defense is going to be. Do not run the football because we will knock you senseless.
Looking downfield, it's Manning. He wants it all. Intercepted. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
That is one the quarterback is going to want to have back. It's touchdowns or it's checkdowns once you get down to the red zone. You can't get too aggressive and greedy trying to fit the football into small windows, and as a result, QB throws a pick.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Wants to adjust the pattern. From his end zone, a lot of room to throw downfield. The heat got to him, and he just sort of froze and got tackled in the end zone for a safety. And they'll set up for the free kick from their own 20. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jess. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
I'll tell you what, when those little guys make those physical plays like that, it kind of jacks everybody up in the huddle because it's usually the guy breaking ankles, but he's like breaking tackles. Now he's giving you some serious energy.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass, it's Manning. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
Just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. The second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Man, they just couldn't find a hole. Down in the red zone, the field shrinks. So much harder to complete those passes. But 4th and short. Now, decision time, maybe.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to convert on fourth down, but couldn't do it. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. The short hands, it's Tate. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
Well, he was licking his chops. As soon as he saw blitz, he knew some guy was trying to cover him man-to-man. Ain't gonna happen. With his skill set, he's one of the best in the country, and that is just way too easy.
To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Smashes him with the stiff arm. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, you know who's got to love this offense picking up so many first downs? It's their own defense. David, I know you love playing on teams with great offenses.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to throw again. Throwing right. Well, the spot the defense. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
Everything seems to be working for this offense right now. If they keep this up, this could get ugly by the 4th quarter.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. They've moved it to the 19. 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He'll throw it. It's complete to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Wingo. Grab near the sticks, it's Manning. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
To the air, it's Manning. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
That's a huge play for the offense because it keeps this thing one possession. They're going to be receiving first in the 3rd quarter, and if they can keep this thing moving, all of a sudden they may have the lead here very soon.
Here comes the 2-point try. Takes a snap, wants to throw. And that one is picked up in the end zone. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. The Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him stopped. running game going in the second half. Oh, he's got some space. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38.
Well, the defense knew coming into this one, Reese, that this team was going to try to use their speed and take advantage of it, and they did right there. Nice gain on the run play to the right.
Found plenty of running room in that defense. They've got to find a way to get there and make the tackle in the open field.
Yeah, and they got to do a good job with their eyes, finding the football, and they've got to get a lot of bodies to this guy because he is fast.
Looking for a man. It's Manning. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Gibson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Oh, the receiver is going to hate watching film and watching that play back because that was a touchdown, and he dropped it.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there. And the Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They try to pop a run on the draw. And they'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Longhorns!
How about that drive they just put together to tie this football game up? That is exactly what we talked about in the half. Like, coaches circled them up. First drive, set the tone, tie this ball game up. That is great execution out of halftime.
Yeah, David, it looked like they really had a good plan, too. Obviously made some adjustments there at halftime, things that they would come out and try to attack this defense with, and it looks like they found something here, and that is a perfect way to start the second half. Now an opportunity here to take the lead.
Setting up for the extra point that would put them on top. And the extra point puts them on top by one. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And the capper on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
He fires one deep over the middle. Pulls it in down the middle. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Might be changing the route. Back to pass. It's Sayin. Looking to buy time. And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. Motion from the wideout. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. So the big blitz on 3rd and almost unmanageable now leaves him in 4th and pretty much impossible.
Yeah, perfect job by the defense, being aggressive, taking advantage of a known passing situation, catching the offense a little bit off guard. Maybe they thought they were going to play a little bit more conservative, but the blitz gets home, and they get the quarterback for the sack.
The attempt is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a single.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Texas! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
We got a close game here in the third quarter, and you're seeing momentum shift right now for the defense. The last drive out, they gave up a touchdown. This drive, though, they've now forced a 3-and-out. They've done an outstanding job, and you can see them now playing with more confidence.
The Buckeyes will try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Love the coverage on defense there. 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
Here comes the Texas offense. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many
Breaks into the open. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before it gets going. But once he got going,
into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Longhorns!
and the running game is so important when you get inside that 10-yard line and that field starts to shrink. And it's so nice to have a back with some physicality. Great job running the football, using that stiff arm, finishing the run, and getting in the end zone.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone.
29, Ohio State, 14.
So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Give to the running back. Powers through the defender. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And the Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Keeps it on the bootleg. He's moving out of the pocket. That's reeled in. It's Jackson. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looking for more room.
Who says defensive backs don't have hands? Nice job breaking on the football and making the catch. A lot of times you see guys swat it down, or you see them trying to catch it. It looks like they have two left hands. Defensive backs don't catch real well. Nice job breaking on the football. Nice job securing the INT and actually catching it.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Texas.
So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Back to throw, it's Manning. The screen, he can go. At the 35, he's open. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points how they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I tell you what, really good job by the defense. They did not bite on it thinking it was a long pass down the field. You could tell they were ready for it. As soon as they saw the screen, they broke on it, got the running back down super quick.
The running back has it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. He'll set up to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Wingo. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. He's been so locked in, it seems like any pass called is a guaranteed chunk play.
Yeah, and winning late like this in the ball game, keep trusting and keep spinning. You know why? Because stats matter late in the game. You want some postseason awards? Keep chucking it, keep getting those stats.
Russell to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Back to the ground with the running back. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
Well, this running back has been the only guy who seems touched the ball these first 2 plays. He's looked pretty good. I think it's safe to say everybody in the stadium here on 3rd down expecting him to get the ball
guess what? I get to make a lot of highlights. I can copy and paste all of these touchdowns, show everybody the game I had, and the defense, well, you're just going to have to shake your head because you've been getting dominated.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They marched the ball 51 yards for the score, and it was capped off with the 8-yard run.
14.
He'll bring it out. It's Graham. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A very disappointing performance for the #1 team in the country. There'll be a new team atop the rankings when they come out next. Brings it down on the right side. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Caught in the backfield. It's Tate. Still on his feet at the 45. Crosses the 35. Out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play. Spotted at the 32. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback may change this route. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure. They're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception in this game. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
Now the play fake. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Snap to the back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed. Stopped in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Man, this offense has been bad. How about the first play? Nowhere to go, nowhere to run, tackle for a loss. Second play, you get your quarterback sacked. And the third play, now we're sitting in 3rd and long, right where this defense wants to get us.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Picked off. What a play to set him up.
Really tough on an offense. 3rd and long. It's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football, try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
He's going to fire deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Got it on the outside. It's Washington.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Caught in the backfield. It's Baxter. Creates a little space. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
And this offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They've shown you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's the defense's job to stop you.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. On the move. He breaks a tackle. Turning it on. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds.
And just leaving no doubt in this one, right? Fourth down, they've got the lead, running the ball and picking up the first. They're going to ice this game, baby.
You talk about 2-minute drills. This is how you end the ball on an offensive 2-minute drill when you're winning. Run the clock out, run the football, be physical.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this in the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Bears the pressure. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. Off play action on first down. Floating away. He wants a big play here late. And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. Drills him with the stiff arm. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the move. Both of these teams are high-caliber squads, but it sort of felt as if these guys had something to prove today, and man, did they go out and do it.
Man, they proved it, and they proved they were better. They thought they were better coming in. We were talking to them. They had a lot of confidence. They said, we're not ranked as high as we should be, and now they just showed the whole world. This squad is for real. We're going to be discussing them in the playoffs in the future, and they made a statement today, Palmer.
Yeah, that's the thing, David. To me, after watching that absolute beatdown, you can't help but think to yourself, this is a college football playoff caliber team. If they play like that, moving forward, if they put their A game together in all three phases,